This is Tommy, a steel statue reflecting upon the horrors of World War I. He is installed on the seafront at Seaham, County Durham, as a memorial to the many who fell in the Great War. Seaham, today described as a lively harbour town, was once a busy industrial place, and one of its most important subsidiary industries was the manufacture of glass bottles. The bottle works, founded by John Candlish in 1853, expanded and prospered until its demise in 1923. The massive works complex is long gone, and only 2 street names remain as a reminder of the proud community of bottle workers who lived near to the works. However, there is still a legacy of the glass bottle production, and it is to be found down on the beach. Careful and prolonged combing of the shoreline is rewarded by the recovery of sea glass.
Look, I don't know what that one is, but it's glowing. And there's a lovely, lovely green one. Now, I think that is glass. I'm sure it's glass. Might be that Vaseline glass, but I'm not sure. There's another green one there, and then there's a white one. And look, another lovely white one.
When bottle production finished at the end of each day, a certain amount of unused glass was discarded onto the beach. Consequently, it was washed out to sea by tidal action. Over time, sand and stones, agitated by the sea's motion, have eroded the glass into small beads. These multicoloured beads of scoured glass waste still continue to be washed ashore after many years in the sea. Local girl Paula Newman has been collecting sea glass since her childhood, and today runs a business selling beautiful jewellery made from sea glass gathered from the Seaham beach.
When I was a child, my dad used to bring me to the beach, and I would find the treasure on the beach. And
so that's when it started?
Yeah, that's when it started. I think I might have been about 9 when I started collecting it.
And you would have never dreamed at 9 years old that you would have a business now?
No, I didn't. No, I thought I would be doing something completely different. The really good pieces, the unusual colours, are not as common as they once were. We can find green, white and brown easily,
right,
no problem. But the blues, reds, orange is extremely rare. And the pieces that have got more than one colour, like the multis, they're also hard to find.
Paula's work includes stylish pendants, lockets and earrings. Having grown up in Seaham, Paula is very aware of the history of bottle manufacturing in the town.
Well, Robert Candlish was the dad, and I think then John Candlish was the son. And they started the bottle works with the idea of making beer bottles. So it was mostly brown and some white and green. And the factory was, quite huge, really. It was one of the biggest in Europe. And he would transport his bottles down to Rotherhithe docks in London, and then they would go to the rest of the world. He was once given one of his own bottles in India.
The SS Oakwell was the company's bottle boat, which transported completed bottles to a London warehouse. Sadly, it was the beginning of the end for the bottle works when the Oakwell was sunk in 1917. Paula's partner Dave Shenton explains how a German battleship laid a mine that destroyed the bottle boat.
Apparently he'd been cruising along the coast laying mines and just happened to catch the bottle works ship on its way down to Rotherhithe. So there's a massive amount of glass down there in one place. And sadly, the ship was never replaced. The glass industry moved on a little bit and started making moulded glass. And before you know it, the bottle works ceased to be functional. 1923 was the final year of production.
So that was when everything was going into a dip in England, wasn't it, at that
Absolutely,
time? Yeah,
absolutely.
yes.
It came out of the war
Yeah.
in a sort of recession, and at the same time industry had changed and the methods of production had changed, and they never had the money to modernise the works.
So in a short time,
Very short
it went downhill very quickly.
Very, very quickly. Not helped by the German Navy.
Due to collecting and continuing erosion, the remaining deposits of sea glass will be exhausted eventually. So the fun of hunting for these colourful jewels must inevitably come to an end.
Look at them. Lots of white ones.
Yeah, excellent.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah. Have you managed to avoid getting wet?
No, my socks are wet inside, but never mind. When you're excavating for jewels, you can afford to get wet.